Shiahi-sha here, and today, as per a fan request, we will be reviewing the Devil's Ruin exotic sidearm. This weapon charges to fire a high-powered laser and fully refills the magazine from reserves when you fully charge said laser. You cannot get this weapon as of the recording date and the upload date, but you got it during Season of Dawn from a short quest from the Sundial. I will be testing the PvP aspects of this weapon more than the PvE aspects, even though this works very well in Nightfalls because it staggers unstoppable champions. So I will see you there to test the PvP aspects of the Devil's Ruin exotic sidearm. And we begin our test in the Exodus Blue.
Control.
See what the sidearm can do.
No zones means no victory. Take them and crush your enemies.
Currently using the duty-bound auto rifle on the side, just in case.
Enemy claimed Zone C. Zone A captured. Gains the lead.
So this weapon is not viable at long ranges. Let's get that out of the way. It does not work at long range. It needs to be medium or short range. I'm using the duty bound because it's my favorite auto. It's one of my favorite auto rifles besides hard light. It's the one I pretty much used when I was creating my former greatest loadout. Now realizing it's not actually the greatest loadout, but probably was during Season of the Undying. But when to go? When to go? When to go? When to go?
You're falling behind.
I haven't truly been able to test the viability of this weapon, so here we go. This weapon pretty much blinds people, making them very susceptible to further damage.
You're in the lead.
And with the Doom Marchers, pretty much knocked out everyone else's shields pretty much instantly.
You have advantage.
I don't doubt it if the person I knocked out the shields of will die pretty soon. Just back to thinking.
Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on.
Okay, that is called Shotgun Lane Hell. Every map has one. Anomaly is Shotgun Lane Hell. Convergence is Sniper Lane Hell. They're pretty much my least favorite maps for that exact reason. That's where the laser comes in play, in short and medium ranges. You can pretty much knock out an opponent within seconds with it. And then again, you can knock out opponents in seconds with a fusion rifle. Which is kind of what I was getting to with this weapon.
Zone B.
If you use a fusion rifle, keep it. Because this weapon is a combination of a fusion rifle and a trace rifle. And with trace rifles, they usually, I think they have a lot more range. Which means you don't have to get up in close quarters where shotguns and melees rule.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
But for finishing off enemies, you may have one of the best weapons in the game for it. There. That's what I'm talking about. Using the laser, you can pretty much knock out someone's shields, making them more susceptible to other people's attacks. For example, that Thunder Crash, that Titan knows exactly what's up.
Zone A captured. That's a power play.
Working this weapon in short range is difficult. I have to admit that. Especially considering what the meta is right now. I just love all the spare benders or spare beloved users who are just anger right now due to the fact that auto rifles are somewhat viable again.
Keep the pressure on. You're getting stronger as you fight. I love it. Zone A lost.
Nerf Spectral Blades.
Zone B lost.
No, it's not because I'm bad at avoiding them. I mean, it is. Like, it probably take 3 of those lasers to knock out a Spectral. Because of how fast, erratic, and the amount of survivability Spectral Blades gives the user. Looking for a kill. And by the way, this is not voiceover commentary. This is live commentary. I'm talking as I'm recording. It must have been a fighting lion. Wait, that probably wasn't a fighting lion. Pop a pulse grenade and knock out someone with the laser. Okay, that is fighting lion. You can pretty much avoid a fighting lion by being in an open area because fighting lion, its special effect is that the grenades don't hit on impact. It makes it really powerful in short areas where you can pretty much maneuver your grenades to hit your enemies easier. But in open areas, it gets way more difficult. Experience, I have used this weapon constantly in PvE and PvP in order to get the Wendigo, which is what I'm using right now. It's my heavy. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. See, long range, it's not good. It has fall off.
Enemy can't kill if they're dead. Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. 3 minutes remaining.
Sidearms are useful. And Golden Gun is also useful.
Zone B lost.
If you can use the laser properly, this weapon could be a beast. Especially in something like Trials where it's more slow-paced and it's not as chaotic. It's more I mean, it's very, very chaotic, but it's more slow-paced. When you're around several enemies, it kind of loses its viability. That's why I like the mountaintop so much back when I used it. It was an easy out. Then again, you killed yourself in the process, but you can knock out an enemy that's trying to get you and at least break even. Yes, I know it's a clutch weapon, but still, it's good. That's all that matters. Maybe wondering, am I a hypocrite for not liking Mindbender's Ambition because it's good? There's a difference between good and outright broken, and Mindbender's Ambition is outright broken. Heartlight was fixed. The screen shake on it was terrible previously, but now that it's fixed, it's popular again, so. And something that was holding it back. I mean, I was keeping it from being good, and now it's removed. I don't see that as a bad thing at all. Mindbenders, on the other hand, here's a few quarrels I have with it. One, it's a random roll. So, there, take 2. You don't have to work for it. Now, you don't have to work for Hardlight, but you do have to work for Revoker, which is another part of the loadout, so.
1 minute left. The enemy has gained ground, but it's not over.
2. It requires no skill. At least hard light, it's a learning curve. You have to know how to ricochet. You have to know what energy to use at what time. You have to know what shields to break, all that stuff. With Mind Benders, it's mouse 1 to delete from the game.
Zone A captured.
3.
30 seconds.
Shotguns have been the meta for probably the entirety of Destiny's history. I do not remember, I mean, sure, I have not played D1 before, and I can admit that, but I don't know a time when shotguns and hand cannons weren't the meta. But now auto rifles are in, and everybody's so angry. It makes no sense. But back to the review of the Devil's Ruin.
You're defeated. Fight again.
One match is in no way enough to actually see the power of this weapon. And so, we will move on to another match. And I will see you there.
You can win a battle for territory.
And we continue our review in the Distant Shore. Also known as every single survival match ever. It's sad that I know this map so much.
Show me you can take
Every time you enter survival,
hold the zone.
looks like you're going to the Distant Shore Arcadian Strand Nessus Jimbo. Guess how that means says you're going to the Shadow Realm. May I replace Shadow Realm with Distant Shore? Anyway.
Zone A captured. Enemy claims Zone C. Double down. 3 opponents down.
That's why pulse grenades are so good. You can pretty much kill everyone in a choke point.
Zone B captured.
And if not everyone, you can weaken them and other people can finish them off. Hey, Wendigo appeared so quickly. Huh.
Zone B lost.
How about that? It works kind of like Arbalest, where if you charge your laser before you enter the fray, you can take the enemy by surprise. Yes, I used the Arbalest, but only to get the Komodo. I'm never using it again. At least not in a video. Like, if you see my username, Shiahi-sha YT, and you see me using the Arbalest, please tell me in the comments, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. That's kind of one of the worst things you can be. The good old dude that's been keeping us in quarantine. As of the date of recording, I'm 4 days into online learning, which is apparently the idea that, like, school, but online. Like, as of the day of recording, I'm not doing it, but as the day of uploading, I'll be 4 days into it. Don't know what to expect. It's like school, but online. I never thought of it that way, considering I've always gone to a building. There's like a distinction between school and home that was undeniable. But now the distinction is gone. Makes things a little more complicated. What am I doing? We're rambling about my personal life. Time to get back to it. Got him.
Careful.
Got me.
Enemy is closing the gap.
So guys, you can see with Fist of Havoc there, you have to run quite the distance, and the guy's shields were knocked out very quickly. Because Striker is just that. It's a subclass that works in the close range. Thundercraft, however, is the only Striker thing that's long range. Maybe you're wondering, like, why not use Sentinel Shield? You can throw your shields. Basically, you don't have to move anywhere. Well, 2 words. Seasonal artifact. Thundercoil coming back? Like, come on. Like, it's not something that happens every day. Why was he standing still? He had a sword. Like, he killed me with the sword, but he could have used anything else, and that would have also worked. Like, why did he let me punch him? It's not like Risk Runner where you hit yourself with a pulse grenade and become super powerful with it. It's more like you waited to get punched. That's really weird. Rambling about the person I killed like 1 minute ago. What am I doing? Oh god. It's a weeb. We got ourselves a weeb in the house. You may be thinking, Shihai-sha, the person who used the kid who can only speak English using a Japanese name, is definitely not a weeb and is calling people out for it. A weeb is someone who likes anime a lot, like to the point where they become obsessed with Japan. I am not that.
Zone C lost. The enemy wants
with the laser,
denied.
Person could knock them out in 1 auto rifle shot. 1. Okay, powerful. Powerful for finishing enemies off, powerful letting others finish enemies off.
Zone B lost. Zone B captured. You have advantage.
Okay.
Zone A lost. You captured Zone C. You have zone advantage.
I would not recommend using the normal sidearm function of this weapon because it's a sidearm. Really, use an auto rifle, but it's still. The laser, it works. It can really get things done.
Keep it that way.
All right.
You captured Zone A. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold them.
Shield bashed.
Zone B lost.
Of course, I was in the only choke point in the map.
3 minutes left. Zone A lost.
What was I doing in the only choke point in the map? I don't know. I was being stupid. That's what I was doing. Nearly got him.
Can't kill if they're dead.
It is very good to knock out supers, especially if they aren't paying attention. That's the thing. They have to not be paying attention to you. You have to hit them from behind.
You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours. Zone C lost.
Use of this weapon really works for those unshielded because of its staggering effect. You may think, staggering works only in PvE. And maybe it does, but I can see a noticeable effect that those without shields are far easier to kill than those with. Maybe because, you know, shields are just more health, but yeah. Avoiding Nova Bombs. I don't know how. Say, if you can launch it in one, if they're not launching it directly at you, it's like easy as hell to avoid it. But if they're launching it directly at you, good luck. That's all I can say.
Zone B captured. You have zone advantage.
Okay, that's what that enemy was on the radar.
1 minute left. Zone A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone C lost.
Duty
Zone
bound,
B
you
lost.
can get this auto rifle from the Sabathun song Nightfall. I got a curated roll, which is basically just this, but masterworked. More a convenience than anything.
30 seconds remaining.
Speaking of master rolls, I really hope they do not make master roll weapons require ascendant shards. Dear God. I do not want to complete a whole ton of 980 nightfalls. Or 1030 nightfalls.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage.
It's been a while adjusting to the power change. It's like I remember when the person who completed Shattered Throne at 999 and then got baited. It's like 999, like how in the hell did you do that? Alright, I am going to give my comprehensive review
Bring me your friend.
of the Devil's Ruin, having had play it. And so, I give my review for the Devil's Ruin exotic sidearm. Its laser is powerful. Not only that, it can be used for multiple purposes. It can finish off unshielded enemies and weaken shielded ones. It can make finishing off enemies easier for you and your team. Pair this with an auto rifle and you're set. However, its normal sidearm is lacking. It doesn't have a very good impact, and it's not even full auto, so why? Well, is it even worth it? No. For the laser, yes. For the normal sidearm, no. If you have a fusion rifle, like Erentil or Loaded Question, use that instead. However, if you're looking for an exotic sidearm, I'd say go with this one for PvP. And with that, I bid you adieu. Devil's Ruin is powerful. I'd say you give it a try. It's like fighting lion. At first it's weird, but apparently people can get really, really good at it. My friend Sabertooth in my clan, he used it to get us 2 wins in a trials run. He pretty much carried. It was not flawless, but I'm sure that we could have made flawless if we knew what we were doing and had played Destiny for 6 years before and were there before the skill creep began. Hopefully I'll be able to make flawless. I don't know. I'll post a video if I do. I'm not going to post any trials content because that would just be such an overload. I would not want it. I don't want it to be just trials. If I go flawless, I'll make a video on it. But other than that, there'll be none. But until then, I bid you adieu. And as always, rule the game.